backwards compatibility.
Yeah, that's good news, man. I didn't see that coming, to be honest.
No, I was really
Not surprised.
Just like the initial list is a bit,
doesn't it? Yeah.
Apparently, all the developers have got to do is just agree to it, and then their games will be there. So as long as they're happy with it, you know, they'll show up. So I wouldn't be surprised with Gears the Ultimate Edition. You'll just see like Gears. 1 would be pointless, but 2 and 3 bundled in with it. I can't see why not. But they do just show up. I mean, the only thing I seem to have bought on demand for some reason was Zuma. So I've got that.
The only big game that's probably going to be worth doing for the initial list is Mass Effect 1.
Yeah,
that's it. They're doing another 100 by Christmas and another 100 or so by spring.
Yeah,
but yeah,
whatever
it's
they
all like
agree to, I guess.
Everything Rare have decided to put in their super collection thing that they're doing is now compatible.
Yeah,
Banjo.
Don't forget Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise.
To have. It's kind of sad that we as gamers now just want the old versions of games still.
Yeah,
but
I was just thinking the same thing. They're almost putting it down on their own sales, because if they're giving you games that you've already played to have a go of, you think, well, you can, where's all the new ones?
That's it.
Why are we playing the last decade's worth of games?
Yeah, Conquer Bad Bear Day, they did Perfect Dark Zero, and then they've been doing Connect Sports and stuff like that since then, haven't they? So they've just done football.
Oh yeah.
Who we talk about? Rare, you mean?
Rare,
yeah. No, Stellar Thieves one looks cool though, the pirate game. Pretty, like an MMO pirates.
That looks like a good laugh, and I just want Martin to walk the plank. As soon as I seen that little bit in the trailer where they turn on their mate and he's walking the plank, I just thought straight away that's us doing it to Martin.
It's nice to know that all we'll have to buy over Christmas is, of course, Call of Duty. Hooray!
Yeah, which probably will be later on, but yeah, PlayStation got the kind of rights to bum Call of Duty on stage, didn't they? Yeah, so that would have been cool 5 years ago. The thing is, like, Sony really, I think last year Sony kicked the shit out of Xbox.
Not a launch title, but it was supposed to be on the PS3.
What's that one?
It's called The Last Guardian. There you go. The Last Guardian was originally announced in 2007.
Holy shit. Okay.
Martin, why are you dead? What are you doing?
Not much.
How can we have a sensible chat about the upcoming games if all you're doing is just lying on the floor?
Other than, Last Guardian, I think they had Black Ops. What else? I suppose they showed Destiny, the Taken King as well. The Sony one, did they?
The Sony one had,
big
thing for Sony was Final Fantasy VII is being remade.
Oh yeah, that's huge. Yeah, I can't believe we forgot about that. I mean, you guys are the Final Fantasy guys, but out of all the ones that I've ever played, the 7 is the best one, isn't it? And let's put it this way: if I had a PlayStation 4,
I would say.
Yeah, I'd get that just because you can't not get it because it's Final Fantasy 7, isn't it? Cool. And the trailer was cool as well. Like, they were teasing it, and then you see Cloud. So it was cool. I like.
They showed off new graphics of Nathan Drake being an asshole apparently to people.
Oh, in Uncharted, yeah.
Yeah. They're still going with Project Morpheus. It's coming out next year, but there hasn't been any more news on it really. That's about it. There's anyone, but yeah, Final Fantasy VII remake should be awesome.
Okay.
And I'm so gutted Street Fighter 5's going to be on PlayStation.
I know, man. But with the backwards compatibility, at least we'll have Street Fighter 4 to play on this. But I got to admit, I was all on the bandwagon to think, well, I've got Mortal Kombat, I'm not going to be too fussed about the new Street Fighter, and then I fucking seen the video. So yeah, I've seen it. Like, I got to admit, it seems like there's proper chain combos in it now where you don't have to be so precise with the frames. Just from watching breakdown vids, I'm going to sell it to you now. So there's you've also got a unique attack for each character, and it's like a V gauge or something like that. So you've got each character that's like basically it's like your instinct meter. I think they've borrowed a lot from Killer Instinct. I mean, for example, Bison is a lot slower now, but when he activates his instinct mode, he moves quicker, can dash quicker, and everything like that. Goes into Psycho mode, just like what the fuck was that?
I have no idea. That went right in my ear. Though,
at the door, yeah. That's the alarm that goes off when you realise you've got to buy a PS4 just to get Street Fighter. Basically, Bison is just like what's his name in Killer Instinct, the Thunder guy.
Oh, fucking
T-Hawk, you mean?
His name no, T-Wat. Is his name not just Thunder?
TJ.
Something.
Yeah, his name is Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, the Native American guy.
Racist.
No. In Killer Instinct, yeah, he's is it just Thunder?
Yeah. His name
I
is
must
Thunder.
edit this out. We look like twats.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. But yeah, so they've borrowed a lot with all the crazy ass combos, but I think they must have thought they'd done something right with that, so they've kind of done the same sort of thing. And you've got your Ultra Bar as well, but it's not an Ultra now. It's called your Special Arts.
Yeah. You've got to go with the Gears of War demo now, haven't you? But the beta. Have you actually had a proper?
Yeah, I never really got on with PvP, and Mike probably does better than me. I don't do shit, but I had one game then and just kind of turned it off in a paddy. But I'll get it because I like Gears. I'm all about Horde mode, so.
Which was the Gears that had Jacinto as the map?
Two that started out with.
Two. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, 2, and they released it on 3 as DLC as well. So.
Because that's Horde was introduced at number 2, isn't it? Yeah.
Because Jacinto was the map from the beta for 2.
Yeah, that was probably the one I played the most, but I was never a massive Gears fan. But the Ultimate Edition looks cool.
That you're going to be able to use all the Gears of War 3 characters that you've unlocked. Like the skins for multiplayer.
Oh, cool.
So surely that can't be just a direct port. So that begs the question: could you see Horde backing a bunch of the maps from the other games, from these other things that you can get other characters from Gears of War 3 and use them online, all that stuff? Like it is the Ultimate Gears. You've got every character, maybe every map. Who knows? Surely you can't release a remaster of Gears of War, call it Gears of War Ultimate, include stuff from other games and not include Horde. We'll see. And can you imagine the backlash because I don't know, it probably sounds really stuck up, but I don't think a lot of people actually realise, probably people of a certain age, because we're old now, but I don't think a lot of people realise that Gears 1 didn't have Horde, I think people are taking it for granted that it's just going to be in that game, but Gears 1 didn't have Horde, so hopefully that fucking thing does. I really want it to.
Instead of having like a second pack or a second disc to buy, you could just have Gears of War 2 as DLC for Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Then you have the trilogy, you have Horde mode and everything all built in, because it already looks like it's built on the Gears 3 engine and then HD-ified. Well, it's not.
Your victory tells
it's not Epic anymore, is it? They've left to do other things.
Yeah.
It's
Black Tusk, isn't it?
Coalition. I think they might have changed.
Yeah, they've renamed it to Coalition. Yeah. But one of the top guys from Epic come over as it started up and is basically holding the reins with it. I think. Forget his name now, but
I think. Bethesda have gone the whole hog now with the whole Cliff Bleszinski leader of the pack kind of thing. The guy that got to do the Fallout talks just was inspirational. Todd Howard, I think his name was. Yeah, Todd Howard. And he just sort of came out and they were talking about like the Pip-Boy app, the mobile game they've made. It's only on iOS and not Android yet, that Fallout Shelter. But he said
it links in with it, I assume,
Well, that's it. He said there's no cost for the game, there's no like wall caps, like for you build something, it's built immediately, you don't have to wait 7 days for it to be done. It's cool. It's a game, it's an instant thing. The other big thing they did was Doom.
Oh, Doom looks awesome.
Oh my God.
They showed that off before E3, didn't they? Which is a good move, I think. Why not? Because they kind of got this stuff in first, didn't they? But yeah, it looked awesome, man. And they show the gameplay and everything. It just, you know what it reminds me of? Was it Bulletstorm that people can fly did? You know that? It was awesome, a lot like that, where like you could do. Like you could do your interactive kills and like whip someone in the air and then whip them in half, or shoot them at the wall and stick to this spike. Almost a bit like that. Basically, you've got all the bad guys in Doom, like all these demons and stuff. And when you shoot, you've got like when your weapon wheel opens to pick a weapon from, you've got like fucking 20 weapons to pick from, not just like 4. And when they're flashed, like the enemy when they've took a beat, and you can run up and do like an interactable kill kind of thing. Some of them were just brutal. I'd imagine there's probably one for each weapon and stuff, but.
Yeah, there's one where he had the chainsaw as well.
Yeah.
Boss, he just sort of went through their face and then twisted it. It's like took a chunk of their head off and
brutal.
Just went flying across the room.
They're onto a winner with Doom, because people like us who remember the original will just get it. Well, without even thinking, we'll just get it. It's one of them. As long as it looks half decent, we'll just get it. I think a lot of people think the same. It's a stupid thing to say because it's a lot of money for a game, but that's usually how these things work. I think you only have to tick so many boxes.
Well, they showed like the first.
It's the nostalgia train, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's like I went on Gears then. I never did play multiplayer much, and I got the shit kicked out of me. But I'm gonna buy it because it's Gears, and I want it, and I want to play through the story again.
The first video they did, they just sort of showed you with. Like just a basic gun, I think it was just a shotgun, and then you sort of walk around a corner, you find a core with another shotgun. It's like a super shotgun. As soon as you pick that up, and you just sort of like double barrel thing, and you just go bang at the first enemy, it just goes and disappears.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It's like some of the guns he shoots with them, and they doesn't even like trigger like an animation or anything to change. But some of the guns you just go bang, and just limbs just fly off, and they just
Do you remember in the original Doom, the secret doors?
Yeah.
Remember, like, you'd be looking at the map and there'd be like a secret door, and it was just like a slightly different pattern in the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably not even that. But then you just press the button and the door would be weird. Miss Doom, that was awesome.
Well, they had something like that because there was like a door that was like broken, and he literally like walked up to it and he couldn't do anything. He just sort of punched the door and then started to pull it apart.
It's almost like a tip of the cap to the old one, fair play.
Yeah, but he found like a guy. Instead of having like the key cards and stuff, you have to find the red key card. He like found a locked door with like a hand scanner. And his hand obviously didn't work, and he put like a little blue orb in the air, like a recording device, and it sort of played back what happened to the person who was sitting at that desk. You see this monster come in and like a blue hologram version of it, just like grab this guy by the head and drag him off, and then you follow the blood pattern, and he finds the guy. Rips the corpse's arm off and just puts it on the just opens the door. Like, that'll do.
Yeah, it looked mental.
Off you go.
They've got that snap map thing as well, like that build the level creator.
Oh yeah, I didn't look. I'd seen something about that, but I didn't read any of it.
They kind of went into a little bit of detail on the thing, but you can literally.
Is it multiplayer sort of stuff or just?
Yeah, well, it is, yeah. You can set what you wanted to do. You can make it a multiplayer map, or you can make it an arena. It can go into like some real detail. If you like pick up like a power up or something on the map, it spawns an enemy in front of you, or it'll close a door and things like that. So you can set what everything in the map does and rotate things and put extra buildings on the side and stuff. But you can share it all online as well. So someone will make like a Doom arena where you just fight like increasingly difficult waves or specific boss or
I wouldn't have thought they'd have gone that route. Fair play to them. You wouldn't expect that from like a Doom game, would you? But
no, Fallout have done weird things as well with theirs. They've done like an idea where you build your own survival area, and you can like get people to move in and like traders and things to get there, but you have to build defenses and you have to build like walls and stuff around it, but you can knock down buildings that you don't want for scrap and then build something else on the plot of land. So even the stuff that the game has pre-programmed into it can all be knocked down and rebuilt.
Cool.
Transaction complete.
And
that'd be wasted on me, but I know people would do awesome stuff. But
they've got into some actually. So like you can put like a turret down and then pick like you can like put a wire to it and put it to a generator. So as long as that generator's running and the gun has extra power, but you put like a computer system in between it and like overwrite the code on the turret so it only fires at certain types of enemies or only fires at certain times of day to save power. They've gone into
a lot of detail gone into that. Jesus.
Yeah. But they've done like all gun modifiers as well, so you can take like the basic laser pistol and add like a stock on the back, so it's like a butt of the gun, so it's more stable, and then add a longer barrel on it and things that effectively make like.
I suppose it's stuff like that. Fucking pick a gun on Ghost Recon and like.
Yeah.
Move your hands open.
God,
all that shit. Yeah.
Ghost Recon.
Like,
I'd forgotten about that, man. Yeah.
And no one gives a shit. I think.
Thing.
Like, I don't know. Does everyone remember Kinect? Because I think Microsoft completely forgot about it. But you know what? It's probably for the fucking best. It's probably for the best.
Mine is used to go to something else when I can't be asked turning the pad on and pause a video. That's all my Kinect is for. I never use it for anything in game or hand gestures or anything. I just shout
just
pause
for the microphone, for the voice commands. Yeah.
But yeah, that HoloLens thing should be pretty cool. If it again, Kinect looked amazing when they first announced that, and it never lived up to it. So, but the other cool, what was it? The HoloLens thing they did? Oh, the new pad.
Oh yeah, not bad.
New pad.
I thought it looked cool.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I thought it was just gonna be. Yeah, I've got to admit, I didn't expect it to be that cool. I just figured it would be like a new, well, nothing much, a new pad, and they're just pretty much fucking lightier and say, oh yeah, it works better. The D-pad moves more fluid or something, whatever. But yeah, it looks good, man. The little, the buttons at the back, by the way, and it's got like player 1, player. Well, what the hell's that for?
It's paddle 1, paddle 2, paddle 3, and paddle 4, and you remap them to be like you can make them A, X, Y, and B and stuff like that. So instead of having, you can keep your thumbs on the 2 sticks. Say if you're playing, because you can change the triggers to buttons, can't you? Like the buffers. Yeah. You can lock them so they only go like halfway down and click effectively like a button would.
Yeah.
So if you're playing like Call of Duty or something, you can lock them. So you only have to pull the trigger a little bit to fire, and you can change the sensitivity of how much you have to pull it. And then you have both thumbs on the sticks at all times whilst firing, and then you can just throw grenades or jump or whatever you need to do with your fingers you don't normally use.
That's it. Yeah, I like that. Well, I mean, you can imagine for like Forza with the clutch and everything. Yeah, quite cool.
Forza does look cool as well. I like what they always do that thing when they show the new cover car and they actually bring the car in. You're like, yeah, it's a shiny car.
Oh yeah,
but it was a
I was going to say that. I mean, it's
like
for the benefit of people there, and you see it on TV. I mean, to me, it's just a fucking fast car that they bring down. But yeah, I know what you mean. I always end up getting Forza every year as well, and play like 5 minutes of it every fucking time.
They're going on about all like the history of racing and stuff because the GT won loads of Le Mans races and stuff in the 60s and talking about like old school racing and things like that. And then they showed this car, and then they went, here's a look at the game, and they went, lots of cars, a few tracks, multiplayers there, and best graphics ever, 160 frames and 1080p. And it's like, career mode, anything worth coming back to play more than once?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's that audience now, isn't it? Where people will just get Forza, won't they, if they get it normally?
Everyone plays it for the racing realism and just to drive a cool car around a cool track. And it's like, I want to play.
You know what? Speaking of car,
career mode where I rank up and stuff.
Did you guys see the Need for Speed gameplay?
Yes, I did. I'm
more interested in that. That looked fucking cool, man.
3.
Yeah, which is what we always wanted, really. It was like one of the best games. Need for Speed Underground 2 was awesome.
It was. I'm hoping they do go that way, and it is just Underground 3. That's all it needs to be, and I'm sold on it. The EA one was actually, despite the whole kind of like, here's all the sports, had like obviously Hoop Gold and NHL and the FIFA with Pele all over the place. And
well, that's it. I think it's almost like, EA, like they struggle to fucking find something to update it with every year. And I'd love to be in the round table meetings where they're all sat there like, what bullshit can we feed them this year to say it's different? And You know what? The
all they do
bastards
is
can
they
at least
year
say
give
this
a
year. Well, we
tagline.
got women this year. They probably just fucking duplicated Andy Carroll a million times. Just fucking.
Put a ponytail on him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Ponytail. Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
40 times. That was like EA. Sorry, actually was pretty good, but I didn't expect it to be. I just expected them to go, here's FIFA, here's Madden, Toodaloo, but they did.
They usually did that, don't they?
Garden Warfare 2, New Plants vs Zombies, looked cool, fun, and frantic like the last one was. Need for Speed did look awesome. It's proper Mirror's Edge game. Mass Effect Andromeda.
They didn't show too much of it, did they?
No, they just sort of done with like N7, so they have like the Normandy symbol on the chest.
No gameplay or nothing.
Surface like they did in the first one.
Oh
so you can
like a cool buggy
planet
thing.
exploring again, and it's like the arm blade. Shit, I forgot what it's called.
Omni-tool.
The Omni-tool, yeah. Martin. No, sorry.
Tish.
Tish. Oh, and Star Wars as well. They showed Battlefront.
The Star Wars, yeah.
Star Wars like that. Amazing.
Yeah, you're talking about Battlefront or the Knights of the Old Republic thing?
No, the Battlefront one.
Fucking awesome that was, man. As a demo as well, looked class. Like the way I think, you know what? Fair play to any of the guys edited or made that demo up. It kind of that was awesome. And like how they get choked at the end, and Darth Vader just appears on the fucking behind him. Wicked, really good.
Well, because he turns around, doesn't he? And he's looking at the place where he's looking at the big AT-AT Walker thing, and he turns around, and then one of his guys is just up in the air holding his own throat. And he turns back to the Walker, and Darth Vader's just there with his lightsaber. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then there's lightsaber battles and flying X-wings and TIE fighters and shit. And
yeah, it all kicks off on it. It was really cool.
Yeah. The other thing they had was all those ID games. The indie developed games. There's been hundreds of them now. It's like,
yeah. I like the one with the old time cartoon, kind of the 50s cartoon kind of thing.
About to say,
class.
Head, amazing. That was
Cuphead, yeah.
Joe, when you saw I thought that was just like a trailer for it, but it's not. That's gameplay. That's how the game looks. It's like a
unique
cartoon.
Yeah, it looks different.
Yeah. Well, it's about time they did some good in arcade games, basically, because Xbox Live Arcade was boss, and then
we've kind of missed that, haven't we, so far? Phil Spencer said, didn't he? That he said the goal is to have the most titles for a console, or for platform, whatever. So if most people agree, like developer-wise, agree to this stuff, that's interesting actually. Like if one developer agrees to it, does that mean their whole catalogue of games can be shown? I'd assume so. Maybe, I don't know.
I would think the only people who may be kind of about it have done like HD, who are planning HD re-releases of the game, so like Gears of War, they might be a bit hesitant to sort of say let's not Gears of War 1 on there, but it looks like they are, so maybe it's not an issue as we thought. But yeah, they've got DayZ, which could be good if it's running, because the PC version is always a bit temperamental at best. It's still development, but they're doing early access to these games as well, so you can kind of download a demo of it first, have a go. If you like it, you can then buy the game early for cheaper, and then watch it develop and update as it goes.
Did you see For Honor?
Which one?
Or was that Ubisoft? For Honor? It was like
didn't see For Honor.
It was like Dynasty Warriors, but like mixed with Rice. It looked mental. You have to check it out, man, because that was like the sleeper hit of the whole show so far.
I used to love it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so it's like that. Imagine that, yeah. So like loads of people everywhere, everything kicking off, all AI, but then you stumble across like a real player in their army who's like a higher rank, and like all the AI are kicking the shit out of each other. Meanwhile, you're having like a PvP fight with like another dude, like about 4 of you are having a big ruckus in the middle while everything's kicking off. So it's quite cool. I don't think there's anything else like it. So.
Oh yeah, I'm just watching.
Yeah, you have to check it out. It's good.
that's out on everything as well, then yeah, sold. I'll take that.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I mean, if you go on the website, if you use your Uplay login, which no one can fucking remember their passwords ever, you can sign up for the beta.
I think the only other things there was Tomb Raider. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a cinematic piece at the beginning. Didn't really show off anything. I mean, it looks cool. But
it's
nothing
Uncharted
too different from the other one, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing different from Uncharted. Now it's like it's pretty much like the start of Uncharted. I think it's Uncharted 2 where you start off in a bus hanging off a cliff. Yeah, kind of climb out the bus.
If it's anything like the other one, I suppose they're not going to fix anything that's not broke. So yeah, I tell you what, I think for me, and you can say what you think yours is, but I think the sleeper hit of the show so far that not too many people have seen too much of yet, but is the one that I sent you guys the link to. Was it Wild something?
Oh yeah, I was just looking at the Tom Clancy stuff. Then they've got Rainbow Six Siege. They've got the Division. Yeah, and they had something else as well. I don't know which must have been that one, but yeah, everyone's been talking about all these because I know the new Rainbow Six is going to have Vegas 1 and 2 built for the game, isn't it? And it's going to be backwards compatible. And the Division still looks great, but they haven't said anything about it properly yet. So
yeah, there's going to be a beta for that as well, isn't it? Which should be cool. But this new Tom Clancy game, it's almost like I said, it's literally like a massive open world, but you're mercenaries, and there's loads of different ways to kind of kill the target, kind of a bit like Hitman in a way. But the 4 of you are working together, a bit like Ghost Recon, in the last Ghost Recon game where you start off all together and move forward bit by bit, and one of you gets if you get spotted, the whole thing's over.
Yeah, when you sink and stuff like that to fire.
Yeah.
And stuff, yeah.
But they're like badass mercenaries, like they're not in like full like soldier gear kind of thing. They just look badass, and there's like fucking dirt bikes in it and everything, and just looks awesome. I mean, I'm not doing it injustice. You need to check out the trailer for it because it goes on for quite a bit, but it's definitely worth watching. Looks badass. So that's my pick to show it. I love that thing.
There's been a lot of talk about that one as well. I think I've seen a lot of people sort of raving that was going to be the big one as well. That's come out of nowhere. Yeah. I know they've done. Dark Souls 3 been announced.
Oh
they just showed a little teaser for that. With nothing to show, but yeah, again more than last time. There's Battle Cry, which is another Bethesda one, but it's kind of like Team Fortress by the looks of it. So you just have a class and you fight against another team with the same classes.
Yeah.
Dishonored 2.
I never really played the first one.
You get to play as a woman or the main character from Dishonored 1. Yeah. Elder Scrolls Online's got a couple of DLC bits coming. Imperial City and Orsinium. And they've announced, but they haven't shown anything for it at all. They're doing like a Hearthstone-esque thing. Elder Scrolls Legends strategy card game.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool. I like Hearthstone, but they didn't show anything about it at all.
Hey, you know what I was expecting and we didn't see? Borderlands 3. Gutted.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. There was nothing by 2K at all, was there? I don't recall seeing it.
I know that they've announced, is it Battleborn or something? It's like Team Fortress version of their version of Team Fortress. I think it's just that basically. But yeah, that's about it. So that's kind of their thing but they announced that a couple of weeks before E3. So
there's a Mafia 3 teaser potentially.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's their big announcement for this year.
Still no Road Rash.
Still no fucking Road Rash. Not amused.
Yeah, bullshit. Rare can keep all their shitty fucking games. I want Road Rash. You know what the annoying thing is as well? It's EA. Any chance they can get fucking money, they get it. And how have they not caught on to that yet? Crazy.
WWE 2K16 and XCOM 2. Pretty much.
Yeah, they've announced about 6 players for 6 characters so far. Finn Balor's going to be like one of the main roster in it. Apparently, it's the biggest roster they've ever done in a WWE game.
They said that last year though as well, and it was kind of like, yeah, okay.
That just means they've done fuck all with the game, and they're just going to add loads of people.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. I mean, the new one wasn't that bad. I just didn't really give it that much of a chance.
The online was just, they fucked that up. I don't know why they did that shit.
Oh,
Nice.
The only game at the moment I really want to play is that Fallout Shelter, the little Android game, the app game. It's like XCOM meets The Sims. Sounds boss.
You know, historically, I don't think they've ever bothered showing Borderlands at any E3s. They just kind of show all the shit for it from nowhere. It's probably too soon to the Handsome collection, though, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I saw Borderlands
probably
1.
shoot themselves in the foot.
It's going to be backwards compatible soon.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work with like game saves and stuff though. You're going to have to like, is it going to count as a new game with new achievements?
I think so. Apparently, all your achievement scores go across.
Right.
But that's all server related, isn't it? So that makes sense. But as for game saves, for stuff that's locally copied, I can't see any way around that. Unless they come up with like a specific thing for
cloud saves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a pain in the arse, especially when you've got stuff like DLC and things.
See, some cloud stuff that they bring over, like the GTA stuff, even though a lot of it was server-side, I suppose, but Borderlands 1 wasn't as smooth as you'd think. Like, you had to actually go into it and transfer a character over.
I just want, Skyrim, Batman, shit like that, backwards compatible. Street Fighter.
There was a cool little trailer for Batman. I don't know if you've seen.
I haven't seen the new. Was that for Arkham Knight?
Yeah, it was. It's just a cinematic one. It's like the Joker getting incinerated kind of thing. And I can't remember what song it was now. There was like a funny song playing about like an old 50s song. But, it was a good trailer.
There was something that they did in the game, like Joker phoned him. Like during the credits and sang a song to him, and it was like really after he died.
Oh yeah. I remember that. It was the end of the second game, wasn't it, when he started singing? What song was it now? Shit, can't remember. Was it "We'll Meet Again"?
It might have been "We'll Meet Again." Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look that up now. That was cool. That was
like I'd never been that sad for a bad guy to die before.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good in it, wasn't he?
So who's gonna get the Destiny DLC?
All of us, probably. I don't know, do you reckon they're gonna charge it as like a full game or something crazy?
Well, they've put the pre-orders on now, and it's 30 quid for the digital edition for people who've already got Destiny expansions.
Is that just for that one thing, or is it like is that a season pass for like season 2?
Not quite sure. It doesn't really mention anything about a season pass.
It's a bit much for one bit of DLC, isn't it? I mean, I know there's a new raid and there's new subclasses and there's probably some new story missions, but isn't that like any of the other DLCs that they've brought out so far?
By the sounds of it, it's a big story update. Sounds like it's sort of like a full game type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, that was the only thing we didn't talk about, the one with the little blue orb and the dog follows you around.
Oh, yeah, that looked interesting. No gameplay, but that looked cool.
That was the only kind of AAA title they kind of pushed that was like a new IP for the entire thing. Everything else was indie games or old franchises, but yeah, Recall looked quite interesting. Like the idea that the little orb inside the dog is it's AI, and it's put it in another machine, and the dog, but a big monster, like a gorilla-looking thing.
Yeah, and then at the end it had like a bunch of like, almost like what it would go into. It had like a bunch of models next to it, didn't it? Like at either side of it, so it's almost like these are the different ones you can use. Yeah. Well, for all we know, that could be like a side scroller or anything, wouldn't it? But I mean, that could be something like, almost like what was it called now? It was out recently, The Cave, or, like Lost Vikings, going back a bit, but like with a certain character you can get to certain bits I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But for a AAA game, I'd be surprised for it. But yeah, don't know. I'm getting that kind of thing from it.
Yeah, it would make sense that you can only get through a certain door if you're like the little dog can crawl under
the dog can get
door,
to
or to, like lift a box down. You have to be the gorilla and then move that, or you. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's pretty interesting. That was the only other game that we didn't talk about. So
cool.
Everything else we've had a chat. I mean, we'll do this.
Oh,
we can have a look.
You know what you forgot, don't you?
What did I forget?
The cowbell.
I did forget my cowbell.
Oh, we're gonna have to do the whole thing again now.
Martin, stop recording. Yeah. We'll just
let's go for a ride. 2, 3, 4. Ding ding.